Well, I have learned that, well, I kind of already knew this, but drag in the Philippines is the best drag in the world. Yes! Yes! I had no idea how good the drag was here. I know that the Philippines is jam-packed with entertainers, dancers, singers, comedians, and I'm so happy that we're now opening up a new category for Filipino entertainment, and that is drag. The drag out here is beyond anything. I've traveled the world. I've performed with some of the most famous drag queens, and none of them compare to the queens here. Their dedication, their talent, their beauty, of course, the Philippines, and I've learned how much dedication and love that they have for what they do. And I'm so proud to be able to showcase that and let my audience that I've garnered over the years around the world get to see how amazing the drag is out here. And also to showcase it to the Filipino people who might not have known everything about drag, and now I'm so excited that everyone here is intrigued and entertained by our queens.
Thank you. How was your Barbie-Q experience?
I knew I was going to be in for a night of amazing entertainment, but I wasn't ready. No. When one of the queens jumped off the stage into the splits, then came over to my judge's table, picked it up with her bare hands, put it back on the stage, climbed up on it, danced, and then did a backflip off of it, off the table, off the stage, onto the ground. I knew that this is a dragdagulan I will never forget. And I'm so excited. I had so much fun. I could cast season 2 and season 3 of Drag Den from just that one night.
Thank you. In relation to that, my next question is for Odasha, Aries Knight, Puraluca Vega, Lady Gagita, and Barbie-Q. So when Drag Den started airing, it says in the intro that it was heavily inspired by the Barangayan. But where do you draw the line in terms of performing?
I think sa sahig.
Well, drag din kasi is this sort of counterculture counterculture siya. And also, where do we draw the line when it comes to sa barangay? Pinanindigan pa rin namin na drag is still a contact sport. But, like all contact sports, meron tayong rules like foul, red cards. So, alam niyo yun, not necessarily pag sinabi namin drag is a contact sport, kahit ano pwede mong gawin. Meron siya syempre, alam mo yun, respect mo yung space, personal space ng each other. And also, may limitations rin naman. Yun yung masasabi ko.
Actually, nasabi niya yung word na respect. I think with the performances, as long as they've already established the respect for one another and the consent, because I'm sure before these queens perform, they've probably talked about it and how they will perform. We want them to also have a safe space, but for the sake of entertainment, sometimes the rules have to be challenged, and then we work our way from there, and then see to it na okay, maybe we also reflect on whether these rules have to be changed na or for a better entertainment experience. So we're not that very rigid with the rules, because some kind of work, you know, with the splits, the spread eagles, and all of those things. It works. The stunts, it's entertaining siya, aminin nyo. Now you've seen that, I'm sure. Have you seen that before? Oh, di ba? Entertaining siya. So you cannot tell us na, dapat no touchy-touchy. No, you can. Especially if you've already like, oy, gawin natin to, ganun. So yeah. Thank you.
We're down to the last 2 questions. We have Tristan from West.
So, this is especially for Manila and Direct Road, but anyone can answer. I think we can all agree that drag den is more than just a competition. You have given light to the local drag scene here in the Philippines, so can you share to us more about like on the journey of how you were able to raise awareness about drag culture here in our country? Yes.
Awareness. Awareness to drag culture. I think we are not really, hindi siya awareness raising ang mindset with drag. And I think it is reintroducing drag as a concept to every Filipino who is not familiar with drag. Actually, even to Filipinos familiar to drag, because some of them, if not most, are familiar to Western drag, but they're not familiar with Filipino drag. So drag then is hoping to reintroduce Filipino drag, that it's nuanced, that it has a variety, that the things that they call alternative drag is actually Filipino drag and not an alternative drag. You know, it could, you know, some people would say that drag then is the alternative drag, but it depends. Of course, if your standard of drag is westernized, let's say, you would really think that Filipino drag, such as drag that's kind of drag, is an alternative drag, right? But from us, from our perspective, doing drag then is just doing drag. You know, because for all of us, each and everyone's drag is as valid as Manila's or as Naiya's shawarma. So that is also why we don't have an elimination. Because how do you qualify which ones deserves to stay versus the other? I mean, paano mo i-compare yung drag ni Luca to, let's say, shawarma? If they're doing different styles of drag, right? So this is more like what I envisioned as a creator of the show, that as much as possible, we would like to raise the flag of Filipino drag by giving Manila the opportunity, you know, but also helping us with, by sharing her platform, her spotlight. Because, you know, Drag then originally started as a YouTube show, just as a YouTube show. But with Manila coming in, this YouTube show became a global show, and we can do that without Manila, for example. And I'm really grateful for her help. Kahit na, you know, we have criticisms telling that parang merong miscasting na naganap and all that. But, you know, as we say, everyone's drag is as valid as anyone. So, yun siya para sa akin.
Yes. I have to say, like, so I was on TV shows, drag. We all know where I came from. And I was just really excited because I was ready to learn. I was ready to be the outsider. I was the eyes of the rest of the world, coming in and sitting here in this like center throne and watching real Filipino drag and not just a copy of what some other country is doing with their drag. I had to unlearn what I've learned. I had to unlearn it, and in order to judge these queens. And I'm really proud that I could give back to the drag community, using my audience from around the world that I have made over these years, and to now shine the spotlight onto these queens and to the Filipino LGBT, trans, and drag community here. It's an honor for me. I take it very seriously, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it.
All right. Last question from Miss Ana Mallorca of Inquirer.
Hi everyone. So this question is for kahit sino naman. So passion is crucial in the art of drag. So how do you remind yourself to move forward with your artistry and with your advocacy despite the critics or the bashers, or let's say close-minded, the outsiders who say na arte-arte lang yan or ganda-ganda lang yan?
sample. I guess I believe firmly on the purpose of drag. That drag has a purpose. And I think when you remind yourself that it's really not just being pretty, you really have to send a clear, crystal message to everyone who's watching, to challenge these ideas that might be detrimental for certain groups of people, particularly with the LGBTQIA plus community. There are notions kasi na, sometimes, you will go to hell for being gay. No, not really. If Jesus was alive, I tell you, he will love everyone.
And if Jesus is alive, you'd be watching Drag Dance
Yes.
Philippines on Prime
On
Video.
Prime Video.
Ano yun?
Picture daw.
For me, kasi isa rin ako sa mga contestants dito sa drag na lagi talagang pinupulot sa Twitter, no? Kaya parang every episode, lagi silang may mga binabatong issue sa akin. I guess the best way to move forward is that you have to count your blessings. You have to count the people na naniniwala talaga sa'yo and compare it to those people na nagdedetract sa'yo, nagbabash sa'yo. So if they are just, mabibilang mo lang sa kamay, wala sila. I mean, like, doon na lang ako mag-exert ng energy and effort to those people who believe in me.
Siguro sa amin from the perspective na lang of the production, wala naman kami masyadong bunot, hindi naman kami masyadong maingay kasi wala kami masyadong controversy. So, yama? No, I'm just saying, pero we've received criticisms, of course. Sa akin as a creator, nagtitake notes ako kasi that's the beauty of democracy, You have loving fans, supporters, na nagbibigay talaga ng magagandang input nila, ng feedback. I mean, they still love the show, but meron silang mga gustong improve and all that. Of course, yung mga valid naman, talaga na alam mong yes, if only nagawa namin or all that. Siyempre, note mo yan. But there are also like, criticisms na alam mo namang misplaced or out of place, na bunga na lang talaga ng, I don't know, kung ano man yun. Pero sa amin, syempre, sa GC na lang pinag-uusapan yun. Pero kasi important yun. It's important for everyone. Sa amin, ang training namin is to process criticisms and bashing. Kasi a lot of them are like new to showbiz or to like popularity or to fame. And some of them are not ready for it. So ako, ang ginagawa ko with them is to help them na meron kaming platform to process each bashing na nagiget man nila. Kasi some are really like below the belt. Pero at least, kahit hindi nila patulan, meron kaming avenue to like process, debrief, and more importantly, how do we move forward? That's our question, right? So sa amin, how do we move forward? Pag-usapan natin, prosesan natin, then ma. Ayun.
Alright, now before we, sorry, go ahead.
I would like to add na, it all goes back siguro rin to your intent, as you said earlier, yung purpose mo is why you are doing drag. I think I find it easier to process stuff like that, yung negativity, when you see your drag as not just being about yourself. Like for example, I believe kasi yung drag is a culmination of everything I fight for and believe in. It doesn't just revolve around me, Aries Knight. So I find it easier to, process kung meron man, let's say, you disagree sa mga paniniwala ko. And at the end of the day, kung nasa tama ka naman, bakit ka mapagod at matatakot? Ayun.
Ako, I would like to add lang, 4 plus 4 equals 8.
Thank you. Alright, before we, anyone else? Alright, before we close this press con, I'd like to ask one final question for our queens, but also Direct Rod, Nicole, and Manila can answer. For our queens who are new at handling fame, you guys are part of a global hit show. On Prime Video, you guys shot straight to #1. How are you handling fame, and are there things you can't do anymore now that you're part of the show? Do you have stuff that you miss doing that you can't do anymore?